Most of the maps that you'll create as part of your study will probably be cloud hosted anyway. This means they're probably hosted on the proprietary software website, for example, Cartomaps in this example. You can see that this is hosted on the carto.com website. But in order to include it in our portfolio and to include it in a dynamic fashion, so if it's got moving or animated elements, we want them to show as moving and animated elements in our portfolio. How do we do that? You'll want to do something called embed the map into your web page. First thing you do is select the page you want the map to display on. So in this case, I'm going to use it as part of my showcase and select it as map 1. So click on map 1 and this will load the page. On the page, you'll see a main box in this area here that already says drag elements here. That means I'm going to choose an element or a module from over here and drop it into this area to perform the function. The function I'm going to choose is something called embed code. I'm going to drag this embed code and drop it in the drag elements box. Then I'm going to click on this box which instructs me to click to set custom HTML. And then I'm going to click edit custom HTML. And this brings up another box. To get my map to display in here with all its moving parts, I need to use some of the HTML web code in order to make it work. Now, I know the URL of my web map. It's here on carto.com. And what I want to do is create a window in my portfolio to this website on carto.com, which has all the features of this moving map. In order to do that, I need to create some code which creates something called an iframe. This is like a little window into which my portfolio will look at my map. This is pretty simple to create using an iframe generator app on the web. I've just searched for iframe generator and this is what the Google search has come up with, and this will create my HTML code for me. All I need to do is copy the URL from my map using the copy and paste function, and in the iframe generator window here, simply paste the URL into this iframe URL box here. At the top, I can choose the width and height. Now we can change that when it gets embedded into the website, but for starters, I'm just going to increase this to a good size, about 800 by 800 pixels, which will take up a good proportion of the page. I can click the preview button, and that will show me what my map will look like. If I'm happy with that size there, I can close it, or I can make amendments to the size in the iframe generator box. But if I'm happy with that, I can then click the generator button, and that will generate this HTML code here. All I'm going to do is copy this code in its entirety and go back to my Weebly site, click on the box here that says click to set custom HTML and edit HTML, and then I'm going to paste all of that text over any content that's already in there. And it might look a bit like gibberish at the moment, but as soon as I click outside of that box, you'll see that it brings into my website, my portfolio, the map from the Carto page. Now, this is slightly off center at the moment, so all I can do to center it is just click on the map again, and under position, select the center format. And there we go, that's centered it. And that displays my map very nicely into my own web page, and it still acts as though it's in the other page. In order to save those changes, I click on Publish, and after a couple of seconds, it'll publish this page, it'll save it. Just to check what that looks like, I can click on My Sheffield Portfolio, and when it opens, select the page, so it was map 1, and as that loads, there's my map, embedded in the screen, and I can click, and it's as interactive as it would be on the Carto Maps webpage. You can use this method to embed absolutely any cloud-based content that you've got. So any map that's hosted on a cloud, whether that's QGIS Cloud, Carto Cloud, Google Fusion, as long as you have a URL of the published map, you can paste that into the iframe generator and it will generate some code that you can copy and paste into the embed code module in Weebly, and it will embed your map with full functionality into your website.